Yes. Okay, now that is what you call a character win. The Vancouver Canucks take it 6-4 over the Toronto Maple Leafs today in Hockey Day in Canada. And I gotta say, this team just keeps on proving to us that they are the best team in Canada. I don't care about the Winnipeg Jets right now. They're a good team as well. But man, to come away with that sort of victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs, we faced our adversity, had a couple unlucky bounces. The refs were absolutely horrible, and we still come away with a convincing 6-4 win. It was a crazy game, and I have a lot I want to unpack. So how about you all sit back, get comfortable, and let's go through what went down in this hockey game. So early on in this game, we have the man who has the biggest hog in the National Hockey League, Nils Höglander. He gets his first of the game and ties his career best 13 goals on the season, and he stays at 4th overall in the Canucks scoring race, but still isn't getting power play time, which is a little bit unfortunate. But he gets us on the board with a nice little spinorama play, gets by Martin Jones, and the boys go up 1-0 in short order. And man, at this point, Nils Höglander, have whatever you want, buddy, because he gets his second of the game here. A nice sharp angle shot, goes short side on Martin Jones, beats him, and now Höglander has himself a new career high already into the season. Beautiful stuff from the man. He gets us up 2-0, and I am absolutely buzzing. The Leafs have themselves some nice chances, nice saves from Demko there. Couple power plays, but nothing got by the brick wall himself. And then, man, do I even have to say anything else? The GOAT line in the National of Blueger, Garland, and Joshua gets to work yet again. Blueger with some nice work in front, dishes it out to Garland, and then he finds the back of the net. A perfectly placed shot there on a scrambling Martin Jones puts the Canucks up 3-0. And at this point, I'm like, man, let's go for double digits here. But I was getting a little bit ahead of myself because that's where the period ended. And then things went a little bit sideways. I really did think that was one of the better Canucks periods all season because of the way that they played from top to bottom. But early on in the second, the Leafs had themselves some pushback, good sustained pressure in our zone. And then William Nylander, who was fresh off of a new paycheck, finally decides to score a goal. Little bit of an unconventional one. He spun around, caught Demko by surprise because the big man Tyler Myers was directly in his sight line. But I will let off Myers on this one. He's had a really good game, so fair enough. The Canucks have their lead cut down. It's a 3-1 hockey game. But oh, what's this? Marner gets the puck, makes a really nice pass over to McCabe, who puts it in the back of the net on a stretched out Demko. And at this point, I'm a little bit more nervous, and I have good reason to be, because the Leafs, for some reason, when they're down, always turn it up a couple notches, so fair enough. But at this point, I'm like, okay, you know what? Surely the Leafs' luck has run out, and the Canucks have learned that we have to play a more secure hockey game. Surely we've... Okay, well, 3-3, and I didn't even really react when this went in. I just kind of stared blankly at my TV screen. Demko should have had this one, but it went off of Soucy's stick and into the back of the net, so it is what it is. What do you do about it? Bad bounce, so yeah, you gotta let the boys off, but still, we lost a 3-goal lead in like 3 minutes, so, I mean, what are we really doing here? Anyways, the Canucks, despite losing the lead and then having themselves a timeout with Rick Tocchet, didn't have much of a pushback other than the third line. I mean, the Leafs got themselves a fourth that was disallowed because Tyler Bertuzzi needed it into the back of the net, so thank God we didn't have to deal with that. But then, when all else fails, man, Connor, the GOAT, Garland, gets us back on top with a beautiful goal. Martin Jones was complaining for some reason, but there's no reason to do that. Garland got himself another one. 2 goals for Garland, 2 goals for Höglander, the 2 short boys on the team, getting us on the board, and I love to see it. It's 4-3 as we head to the second intermission. So early on in the third period, the Canucks finally got themselves a power play, and I'm thinking, yes, all right, the boys can go to work. Let's try and get ourselves another goal, but what they did was not exactly what I had in mind, as Pettersson received the puck in the neutral zone, played it into the middle where it got picked off by Mitch Marner, and then he walked in on a breakaway, and what can I say? It's a nice goal. Bit of an errant pass by Pettersson, but we move. Suddenly, it's 4-4 in the third period. After that, a couple chances were traded back and forth, and then the Canucks had another chance now on the power play, but this time it went in the right net. Hughesy boy had himself a shot, and then Miller tipped it, and we got ourselves back on top 5-4. It's a huge sigh of relief, but then it gets even better. The Canucks, on their next power play, just a couple of minutes later, do a set play here as Miller is on the puck, and then he plays it over to Pettersson, who tips it in on the far side. And we're buzzing, man. It's 6-4. I'm thinking, lads, let's just hold the fort down. Do not let them score a late one to make it dramatic. But then, of course, the refs have to play their part, and I know they gave us a couple power plays in the end, but they were deserved. A couple of the power plays the Leafs got were so ridiculous. I can't find the Hughes one anywhere, which is annoying. I should really start recording these games so I can show you all. But if you watch the game, it was just terrible. The Leafs pulled their goalie, and nothing came of it to start. With about 3 minutes to go, it was 6-on-5. Hughes takes a penalty, 6-on-4, and then somehow Myers, after this, gets a penalty. I mean, I know he hit Riley, but then he's getting mugged there by two Leafs, and nothing happens to either of them. So I get it, what Myers did was a penalty, but it should have been offsetted by what frickin' Tavares was doing. But it is what it is. After a couple more nerve-wracking moments, the Canucks took care of business, and they got themselves the victory, 6-4 in the end. And I was so proud of them, honestly. Good stuff from the boys, solid win. We're back at it on Monday, and yeah, man. It's another victory for the boys. It's expected at this point. We're such a good team right now, and I'm so happy to say that. We have to keep it up, man. The playoffs are coming around the corner. We got to keep the momentum going. So yeah, man, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, man, peace out and take care.